Rocks today. There's two different colored rocks down there on that end. That's where the stump field usually starts. It traverses backwards once you get a big erosion rate.
The rocks are pretty darn close.
Yep. There's a big rock pile here once the sand comes out.
Yeah, because right here, this is all rock underneath. I tried it with, I had my skis yesterday, which was...
And like I say, the sunken forest, that's down there, but up here it was good too, a long time ago, I remember. It was getting a lot of old crosses and stuff, but maybe you'll get some silver. You get some... I'm surprised we don't get more silver here, but it just shows you.
Like, I've never found silver on this beach.
Yeah.
You gonna get a pinpointer someday?
Yeah, I just keep kicking and running. Because it gets it's so crazy, you get so many targets once the sand peels out. Quarter?
No, boy, that rang high. That rang 28, 29.
Oh, yeah, copper penny.
Yeah.
That's a good looking one. They get shiny like that if they've been here a while. Well, I'll work down this way. There's a couple of guys down there, but nice day out. Over here. $25. A dime, maybe, or a penny. Barrel washed up over there. That side's low down there. Get over here. $30. A lot of sand fleas flying around me. Ooh, sweet sounding high one. Ooh, I see something down there. Ooh. Quarter. 27. Ooh. Oh, and another one. Big money. I know. You guys want to see the big bling. I'll show you a big ring. I'm going to promise you, you're going to see a big ring today. There's those two guys down there. It's actually three. I think it was another guy farther down. Nice coin patch going here. Really flattened it out up high. Another one. Sweet. They're all crusty brown. Yowza. Nickel, right tone, no gold though. See any stumps yet. Usually they start on this end. You can see the different color rocks. So you know a lot of sand left the beach. They were probably covered over, the lighter ones. The darker brown ones are basically uncovered. So you use that as a sand gauge, but there should be some stumps in here. We'll look around, see if we see anything. Nice sounding one here. Ooh, here he is. A few coins. That's a good sign. Possibilities are really gonna be sprouting up here, I think, this winter. Dime. A couple other guys down there. One guy in the wet sand. dump truck. This one. The rust on the axles. I have to have that worked on. Tonka truck. Don't bang it on the shovel. Loading up on the quarters here. 6. Lots of coins today. Beautiful out here. Not too cold. Chilly, but not freezing. Kind of see where the rocks are here, and then there's a cut that came up. Bunch of stuff in those dunes. That at Hampton, there's a lot of old coins in the dunes down there too. But we get that storm, should open this right back up again. Barrel over there, plastic barrel with a hole in it. You can go over Niagara Falls with that thing. A lot of coins. Let's see here.
Here's yesterday's spoils.
Oh.
Sadly, we couldn't find the
that's,
diamond engagement ring that went with it.
That's heavy. That's definitely platinum. Wow. Nice. Yeah. That's a nice ring.
That was a surprise, and like I said, it was an 8 on the knock. So
I bet you that sparkles when you put it up to the light.
It does.
Yeah. So it was an 8.
It was an 8 on the knock. So, and kind of, I think it was straight up, so it was kind of scratchy a little bit. And so you got to dig those low ones. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I was digging ones when the beach gets pulled, like down there. You see that? It's all black. The sand. I call that pulled. And when I get into those areas, I dig 1s and 2s even, because they're broken pieces of gold. Because the beach, all of the heavies all of the lights get pulled off. You notice you're not digging any aluminum in here? You notice there's very little lows.
No trash today.
What's happening is that water grabs that aluminum, pulls it up from the rocks and pulls it out. That's what I think. And that's why it's all coins in here. But the same down there. When you see black sand, just dig everything, even down to 1. You get earrings and broken pieces of gold.
Maybe 2 inches below the surface, it's black now.
Yeah, and the next sign that comes out will be the stumps. They start on that end and then they work straight down. And that year I got all the stuff in there was the first year that those stumps came out this far down to the north, to the south.
Now, is this a north storm coming or a south?
It's a nor'easter, I think. It'll be a nor'easter. Okay. So a blizzard, but and actually though it's good. If we don't get a lot of snow and it's more rain, that means it's in closer. It will pull more sand, and we get something straight out of the east.
Well, hopefully this is the indicator that
that's a spectacular
find.
A
couple years.
Yeah.
What do you think? Couple grand, maybe?
Easy. More than that. Those platinum eternity bands are beautiful. They're nice. They're expensive. So, but this beach is known well. I've gotten quite a few platinums, and I know others that got platinums. That day that I posted, I got those 2 diamonds down in here. Yeah. I posted that video. A guy came down. I don't know if it was Boston Bob. Somebody got 2. I think it was 2 platinums in one day. So
I remember about 7 years ago, you and we wandered down here. I got a silver, just a Claddagh ring, and then we wandered to the corner, and you got rose gold up in the corner.
Yeah, I got the old 14-karat band.
I got an old silver big one with the amber stone. Remember that?
I was down there just now. I got a bunch of quarters, but there's the tree coin, man.
Yep.
1650. What was 1660 something?
1652, I think they all say. And then they made him for.
Yeah.
And that was the small, I thought he got a shilling, he got the 4 pence. That was a 3 pence.
Really? Yeah.
I didn't even know they made, I went over it with mine. We were walking side by side. I was in front of him. So I was deciding where we went. Yeah. He was to my left, and I wandered over, and it could have been my path, but it was a 16, so it's less than a trime. It was a little smaller than a trime, and it ran in 16. Trimes ring in 17. Yeah.
That's what's great about the Knoxes is you get the fine silver, small, tiny stuff, and that's a lot of like that ring you just found. Yeah. And I tell people, it's not a big sound. It's going to be a small. The most valuable rings I find are small. Granted, I did get that monster one on the southern end way back, but most of the more expensive rings are going to be small.
And I hardly ever dug any earrings with my Explorer.
Yeah.
I dig
tons. Yep.
all day
Yeah.
long.
I remember when I first got this, the Knox 800 and 600. When I first got it, I came out and I was just getting 15, 16 earrings at a time. I was like, my God. The thing just finds small targets, but that's once again, it's
fine if it's got a little diamond in it.
It's absolutely, but that's once again, the most expensive rings are going to be on smaller bands, believe it or not. So, some of the best rings I found over the years were tiny bands.
Well, hopefully we're posting every week now, Mike.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
the
be
plan.
back. We'll be back.
Here's my wrap-up video for today. 4 quarters, 3 dimes, 2 pennies, and a nickel. But I just wanted to put the video up too, show Troy's awesome find. You got a simply spectacular platinum ring with some ice. So yes, they are out there. You've seen some of my videos with some of my ice. So, you know, don't get despondent. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see this storm come in. And like I say, it's coming in end of next week, Thursday, Friday. The 22nd, 23rd, and you got super. I mean, look at these tides, and you see that minus tide. It's like minus 1.5 and 1.4, but remember, you got plus 10.5, 10.3 tides, and that water's coming up that much farther. I mean, we talk about hunting minus tides where the tide goes way out. And we never really talk about that tide comes way up, and it's got that much more pull. So if that tide's coming up, and it's not only touching the seawall, it's going over the seawall, and it's pulling back, it's got that much force of gravity pulling that sand off. And you need a prolonged event, astronomical tides, and that storm coming in, and it's going to do a lot of damage. This is reminiscent of 2013. And I remember that the 2013 blizzard, and me and Roger were down at Wallace Sands, and that literally stripped 2 or 3 feet of sand off that beach. Just that one storm, and it was all crushed rock. I got 3 gold wedding bands that day. I remember hunting that beach with him, and it just took off. That was probably my best year that year, 2013. And it actually broke down a lot of the sand barriers offshore. A lot of the beaches changed drastically, and that's what you want. You want that kind of a sand movement, and it's going to equal these kind of rings, you know. And they're down there. There's a lot of rings on those beaches still. They're just hiding in those rock layers. A lot of gold still to be found, and you can't get despondent. So. The platinum bands, a lot of these rings too, they're small. You gotta dig the single numbers. That's what Troy dug. He dug a single number. Platinum comes in low. This one I got down on the cove. This is a heavy, and Troy's ring was heavy, very heavy. So that's why you gotta hunt the storms. You gotta get out after the storms. Summertime's great. It's great weather to detect, and there's always the chance fresh drops. But wintertime is pay dirt to me. You saw on the video today, you saw some of the sand colors. That black, real black asphalty sand. Very indicative of holding targets, and a lot of gold targets. I call it, it's a condition I call the stretch beach, and that's where you want to dig broken signals, because it's usually little pieces of gold. Sometimes they're small gold, broken rings. But a lot of the times they can be diamonds, diamond rings, small diamond rings, but and also platinum in those areas. That's where all that platinum sinks down into. So that's why I get excited, So, but we'll keep hunting, and we'll be posting other people's finds, and sometimes we'll be posting my finds. So I think it's going to get good. Beach, runs in cycles. It's been an accumulation cycle the last few years, and I think it's about to give again. That door swings wide open, so we'll see what happens, but I think it's going to get good. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated. I will be out the week of the storm. I'm probably going to take a week off, and we'll go out and investigate some beaches and see if it did anything. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot.